All right, so the PlayStation State of Play just got done wrapping up the other day, and I'm gonna give you some of my thoughts on it. And before I get into this, I will say that I am not much of a modern gamer, and so what I remember for these type of things are things like big releases. At least for me, back in my day, things like the PlayStation One or the PlayStation Two, and at least for me back then game announcements, system announcement were a lot more exciting because a lot of times these were things that were really new and there were huge leaps in terms of technology and graphics. So whenever I first saw the PlayStation graphics coming from something like a 16-bit system is absolutely incredible, and then the PlayStation 2 with their DVD drive and all the power that it has, and this is the slim version, was really, really groundbreaking. And so I am kind of biased towards the old school of things, but let's go ahead and see what PlayStation has in store for us in the latest state of play. So we're going to check out their page right here. So here is their state of play page, and here's everything that was reviewed in this year's state of play. And right away, one that I think anybody who's a fan of this game series, Ghost of Tsushima, will know this. Hopefully, I got that right. But this is like another story with a different character. I think that one was the biggest one out of all of these games. But we do have things like Astrobot. I think this is like an additional thing versus the other Astrobot games that I've seen. So this is great. I did play some of this before. My brother has a PlayStation 5, and so it was a fun game. I enjoyed it. But here's the big one, Ghost of Yote. And this is similar to the Ghost of Tsushima, where it's just incredible looking. I mean, I would still say this is one of the best looking games ever. But not only that, but the gameplay and everything else is just second to none. And this one has a new protagonist. She is a female character, a female warrior. And I think this is going to be another great series. And I think this one, for a lot of people, is probably going to be the most exciting one. And then this one is Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. So it's the original first game, but they've remastered it. So graphics and stuff like that. And honestly, I do not know how much of a improvement this will be, especially over the PC version, because Horizon Zero Dawn is already a beautiful game. But I think it's gonna offer like a lot of other stuff, over 10 hours of re-recorded conversation, mocap, and other improvements. So if you're a fan of this game, the original, or even the series, then I think this would be good for those people. And then we have Lego Horizon Adventures to tie in with Horizon Zero Dawn. So yeah, if you enjoy Lego games with other properties, that's cool. And then the PS5 Pro, we've already talked about that, but now they have a Chroma collection. So even more ways to spend your money. Let's keep going down. And then we see this Alan Wake 2 is an expansion for the Lake House. Um, Honestly, I do remember playing Alan Wake a long time ago. I thought it was okay, at least for me. I'm not the biggest fan of these horror type games. Then we have this thing called Arch Age Chronicles. I'm not really sure what this is. Action RPG looks like. I'm not really the biggest fan of those things. And then similarly, we have Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Now, Dragon Age, it is a long running series, so I'm not sure of this one yet. But I guess for fans of this, they will be looking forward to. But it does have obviously new characters. And then we have Dynasty War Origins. I've never really been a fan of this, even on the original PlayStation systems. Action hack and slash with a whole bunch of enemies. It was cool back then, but for me, I don't know. I'm kind of over that. I don't know how exciting that's going to be. And then this one is really surprising to me because this is brought to you by Hironobu Sakaguchi, and also the original composer of Final Fantasy, Nobu Uematsu, legends in the gaming space. But they have a new game called Fantasia Neo Dimension. I don't think it's part of Final Fantasy. It is a brand new property. It looks interesting, but honestly, the graphics don't look great. So I thought it was a mobile game at first, or at least a Nintendo Switch game, but I'm not really sure. The perspective and stuff looks different right here, the graphics here, but I love Final Fantasy, so if there was any game that I would try, I would try this one for sure, even though the graphics seem very underwhelming, at least right now. And then this one, I'm not sure what this is, a horror game, it looks like. Yeah, but huh. Graphics, not so much so. I don't know if it's because this is also releasing on PS4, or maybe this was a stylistic thing because the PS4 is capable of some really great graphics, so it's probably more stylistic than anything else. Yeah, it's probably that. We have Fortnite. Hell is Us. Looks like an action adventure right here. So it looks interesting. The main character, the way he's dressed, it kind of looks like what is that game? Uh, Death Stranding. Yeah, yeah. But then it has this otherworldly feel to it. And then we have the Hitman VR2. So that's going to be pretty cool. I mean, the Hitman series has always been pretty fun. And to play this in VR, yeah, that might be a winner. And this one for me, this is one that I was surprised about, but I'm really happy about because this is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. I really enjoyed the first Legacy of Kain on the PlayStation. And the sequel, if I remember correctly, I don't know if it was on PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, but it was a really fun series. I enjoyed the first one more than the second one. This remastered, honestly, it just looks like a HD version of it. So it's not a complete remaster from the ground up. Then we have Lunar, the remaster collection. For anybody who had the Sega Saturn, Lunar was the RPG for the system. They had other games in the Lunar series as well. So this looks like the entire collection all compiled into one. It doesn't look like, it says there's improved visuals, but I don't know. I mean, it looks about the same. But for fans of Lunar, like myself, I think this would be very well appreciated. And this one is Metro Awakening in VR. So yeah, Metro, very popular game. Have it in VR. Yeah. Looks like another fun game for VR. Monster Hunter Wilds. I've never really been a huge fan of these Monster Hunter series, but they have a humongous fan base, so this is more of what fans enjoy. Power World. I think most people know about Power World. I don't know what's going on there. But then we have Stellar Blade and Nier. So this is going to be pretty cool. So the creators of Stellar Blade, they've been really open about how much they love Nier Automata. I mean, a lot of people love that game, but now the characters are coming together. There's going to be, looks like skins and stuff for Nier Automata as well. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. And this one, Midnight Walk, I think it's another VR game. Yeah, it's a VR game, very stylistic, as you can see there, fantasy-like elements. And then we have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love TMNT. And the re-release, or actually the new release of this was very similar to the original 4-player arcade. So if it's more of that, then awesome. You know, Cowabunga, dude. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this looks really awesome. Sonic Shadows. I don't know. Another Sonic game. Honestly, I prefer the side-scrolling one. This looks like a RPG, or what is this? Towers of Agabasa? Yeah, not sure. Looks interesting, it seems. But this is coming out in November, and most of these games will probably come out next year or some late this year. So we'll see. Some of them don't even have a release date yet. But overall, I would say for most modern games, you know, they really like to focus on existing IPs and franchises because it's familiar, and you know, a lot of companies make money off of them. But over time, I think the franchises, unless it's really, really good, it consistently makes less than the previous, but they're making some money. And so if it is a franchise that still has great elements of the originals, or, you know, it's a fun game to play and all those things, that it can still work. But some franchises like Dynasty Warriors, they obviously have to be making money because I think this whole gameplay system is so boring. Dragon Age, I'm not sure of because I haven't played it. This is a new game. So overall, a lot of franchises, existing things, remasters, and you know, I think it's a mixed bag. You know, depending on what you want. If you were looking for a lot of original games, you don't really get that here. You know, but extensions of existing franchises and systems like Ghost of Yotei. I think that's going to be really awesome. But other than that, I think it's good overall. Once again, I'm not the biggest fan of modern games, but it's always nice to see, what is coming up and what games are being released. And hopefully, every now and then you'll get those one or two games that really pushes the boundaries and introduce something fresh. And so if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below, and I'll see you on another episode. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.